in my past 6 years and 10,000 coaching sessions that I've delivered, I've learned that some people going after the big goals does a lot. Some people makes them crazy. For me personally, I ran like a crazy person for years and years and years. I didn't have massive success until I stopped trying to chase success and I focused on being happy. Because mindset is, think of it like this, right? We talked mindset in the past. Let's expand that a little bit to inner game, right? The inner game you operate from, which is your thoughts, your mindset, your perspective, your history, your beliefs, your future expectations, your attitudes, and all emotions. That's your inner game, right? Your inner game determines what external game you can actually run, right? And the external game you run determines the results you will get. So what we have learned so far is that the strategies and the mindset that you have evolved to at this point have not got you the result that you want. So we can look at that one of two ways. We can look at that in the form of that target. We could say you haven't run the right strategy yet. We could say that. We could also say you're aiming at the wrong target. So since we've been pushing for 3 years around the big end result and it didn't show up, my suggestion is to try the other way. How do we bring more balance and happiness into your life right now, while we're also growing cash flow in a way that creates a life you want? Because what I've found with a lot of my clients in the past year, the more we focus on eliminating resistance to success, the more success comes in. Because the way life works is life is attraction based, right? If you are in a good things happen. If you're in a bad mood, bad things happen. The worst thing, if we look at that perspective, and if we look at the reticular activating system in your brain, right, that can work in positive and negative ways, right? To the universe, there's no such thing as positive. You get what you're focused on, right? And when you're focused on wanting something you don't have, wanting something you don't have is actually, because if we get into like quantum mechanics and physics, it's a frequency, right? Positive thoughts, you're in a positive day, you have positive thoughts. When you're having a bad day, you have bad thoughts, right? Our thoughts flow within a frequency that we're operating from. When you're in the frequency of wanting, the frequency of wanting is actually the lack of the thing you want. That's the biggest misperception people have about the law of attraction. That's why, for example, a person who is poor wants money constantly, so they're basically vibrating the frequency of not having money, so therefore the universe gives them ideas, thoughts, coincidences, scenarios to want more money. So the way to start to bring more into your life is really starting to enjoy and appreciate and love the life you have now and not need it to change. And when your mindset makes that shift, then everything that can flow in starts to flow in, because what's happening is if you're in a constant state of wanting, you're basically telling the universe, I want it, I want it, I want it, as in I don't have it, I don't have it, I don't have it. So the reticular activating system on your brain is delivering it that way and noticing other things that aren't going to show you bigger and better opportunities. So the way you get to this next level is by starting today and how you live each day and not necessarily what you're chasing for weeks on end. Because when you're chasing for weeks on end, you're sacrificing every day, every week, over and over for some future thing that never ends. And when you're sacrificing today for the future, you're in resistance to the present moment, which makes it really hard for you to be present and happy at home in the evenings and weekends. And I know this because I did it myself. Like I've started in 2008, I starting businesses, and I started coaching for Tony full time, and I wanted to build my own coaching practice, and I didn't build it because I was working full time for Tony. It was hard to build a coaching practice when you're working full time, right? So I started this other job and started this other job, and I started an outsourcing company a year ago and did that, and it's still going, but it's not making me any money. and I haven't worked full-time on my coaching business. And then I'm like, okay, I started this other coaching business end of last year, and I probably had 5 personal coaching clients at the time, end of last year. And I put 5 months into this coaching company with 3 other people and a full-time salesperson, and we didn't close one coaching contract in 5 months. Not one. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I'm like, literally, this is insanity. This is complete insanity. I've done everything everybody says you're supposed to do. I did with Tony, with Jay Abraham, with Gary Vaynerchuk. I did all that stuff. And the thing is, I did it the way everybody wanted it to do, except the way I wanted it to do. So I got to this period where this was about 4 months ago, where I'm like, I give up. And I'm like, I'm just going to be happy. What do I need to do to be happy? Because this is stupid. I'm making people around me crazy. It's not working. So 4 months ago, prior to the past year and a half, prior to 4 months ago, I only landed maybe 2 new clients, personal clients. Now, in the past 4 months, I've landed 8 personal clients without any marketing. And they're popping up by referral, by this, and then like I'm just watching stuff happen, which is the way I'm like, I don't like marketing if you're forceful. I'd want to just like connect with people and have people tell people about me, and all of a sudden it started happening. And then I realized what I did is I started to get out of my own way, because I didn't realize that when I was doing my bills at the end of the month, okay, I'm budgeting my bills, and I go, this is how much my bills are, and this is how much money's in my bank account, and this is how much coming in. That simple thought right there, this is how much is coming in and this is what's left over, that simple thought right there is blocking more from coming in. Because you've got to align, for you, like some of my clients, we crank the goals and they run, and they hit the targets. The few that do that is a small percentage, like 15%. Most people are like you and me, where it's more a game of like, we need to get you into alignment with success today. Because when you get in alignment with success today, you'll get more present, you'll start operating at a higher frequency, you'll start getting better consistent thoughts, you'll get more clarity, you'll start to be happy now. And if you have extra cash flow, and you have more happy now, and you're enjoying your life more, who gives a fuck about what happens next month, right? So that's the lesson, because my coaching style is always evolving. And I'm usually using myself as a litmus test and an example of what works and doesn't work. And as I've helped clients kind of get more into today and less on the future, you know, it really starts to open things up. So it's really how much can allow in and letting go of what he knows and he holds to be true. It's like, because you have expectations about how many people call you every month. You have expectations about how many pools you have. All those thoughts, which is based on your factual business experience, is really the expectations you have. And we need to open up your expectations wide open and blank to let what come in. Because the universe is always trying to help you. Like, you are always attracting and creating new ideas and new contacts and clients. It's never not happening. Most of the time, we end up attracting what we don't want. You are so powerful that you can choose to believe and live as if you're not. So this is about opening up to the unknown. This is about opening up and expanding to see what life can bring you.